Well, shit in my ear. Welcome back with another video. I needed to swear, so then the government doesn't try to sue me thinking this is intended for kids. Alright, so this video is a little bit tedious, so maybe if you like the tip videos, you like, the Blast from the Past, because it's kind of what inspired this. Also Nuke from the Legacy franchise, because we sometimes experiment with things to see who gets what and how they get it. Maybe like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Anyways, hopefully we can learn something, which we won't. But it is kind of bullshit because I did this video already. It's just I talked too much and I'm off to a really good start, which is just amazing. But basically, I'm going to show you guys how I pretty much know what I'm going to go for in a user league or just in general for abilities. Now, the best way to do this is do this in an offline league. So you start out with a head coach. Because you do the head coach or I suppose owner if you really care, you can edit any player you want. So that's what I did. I edited all of the main position groups for the 49ers. Now, I would probably suggest using a coach near the team you're trying to test, so you don't have to scroll as much. You got running back and all that. So basically, you can go in and edit any player you want. You grab Emmanuel Sanders. You go to edit player. You say, hey, I'm trying to test out what I can get for Emmanuel. What you want to do is you pay attention to this right side, overall by archetype, and you got to get it to certain overall. So best case scenario is to get one of them to 80, so then you can take a look at what that ability is, and then because you don't have the other ones, you know exactly what you're aiming for. Now, of course, to do this, you do have to click right analog stick in. If you only have the one player, it'll give you a create a new player, but if you already do have a player, you're going to have to go and technically retire them. You retire by going to there, create new character. It doesn't actually retire them, it just creates a new guy. So that guy's plucked back into his happy little life. And then once you go back to here, you change role, player, right to active, and then you go find the player that you're trying to test. And in this case, it's Emmanuel Sanders. Make sure, of course, if you're trying to get them, their superstar or X Factor abilities, you do change their development to that. And now you go over here, abilities. Now you can see all the abilities. Of course, with what a style is he? We made him deep threat, which I think is the best archetype you can go for wide receivers. He gets double me. And if he's a little bit higher, this is what he can get in the certain ones. Rack him up, route running, max security for physical. Slot is for first one free if you like juking players. Physical gives you wrecking ball. I think it's without a doubt you either want rack him up or, of course, double me. And I think there is Most, but where's Most? I really don't know why, but if you have 85 deep threat, you can get Most as well. And this is the ability to get post flag elite if you're an 80 deep threat. And then here's the other ones you get: in specialist, jukebox, curl specialist, slant specialist. Now the problem I'm finding with this is because he's not an 85 overall, they're not giving me all of them. Because if he was an 85 overall, he would have in and out elite. I'm not sure what's going on here because I tested it just a minute ago and I could get Most at 85 deep. Yeah, I have no idea why some players just aren't getting the same abilities unless they just had an update 5 seconds ago in real life. All right, of course, so you get the gist of how to do this. Now, in case you're lazy like me and you don't want to do it yourself, here are the abilities and how to get them. So right now, Jimmy Garoppolo is an 87 strong arm. So all the abilities you're going to actually see unlocked are for 80 plus strong arm, and different slots are for different levels. This one's level 80. I believe this is level 85. This, actually, maybe not. I can't remember. I think these might be both 80. This one's 85, this one's 90, and then the next one's 95. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So the first first we'll go to X Factor ability. So for strong arm, once again, I got to make sure. Yep, strong arm, you have the option of Gambler. The best quarterbacks learn to take risks, calculated risks. When they enter the zone, they can't be intercepted by AI defenders. In a user league, this isn't terrible if you're throwing short plays. They can't switch off in time, I don't think. But Fearless, this is probably the ability you want if you're on strong arm because being under pressure, huge, But from what I've seen, Field General in general, I made that joke in the last try, is probably the best. We're going to quickly go through these, these what you get if you want certain styles. Field General, though, I think those two abilities, Omaha, Pro Reads is okay even, and then High-Low, Deadeye, I think that's probably the best ability besides Omaha. That's what you do. And then, of course, first slot, you definitely, if you don't have a guy that's an X Factor yet, you definitely want Field General because you get 60 Is this really the first? So it's 60 overall for the first slot. Jesus, okay. So I think this is 60, 70, 80, 85. No, maybe there isn't an 85. I don't know. I don't care, okay? Stop yelling at me. No, this one's 85 for sure. This is 100% 85, I think. I don't care. Who cares? But Lofting Deadeye or Inside Deadeye are very good. Of course, this one's decent. This one's 20 times better. So I would go Field General or Strong Arm for your very first slot. And then second, this is what you get for Strong Arm, and that's the one I got. I'm not super happy about it. Long Range Deadeye, however, not terrible. Not terrible at all. Bulldozer, of course, some of these are for different abilities. Of course, 70 overall. This is for the 70 overall slot. So I would probably go with Field General again. I think that's how you get Long Range Deadeye. And then here, it doesn't really matter, but of course you would hope for Homer. And then we'll upgrade his overall so you can see what you need there. But the quarterback one, that's going to be the trickiest one by far because there's so many different archetypes. There's so many different... It's the lowest levels. All the other ones, you have to be at least level 80 plus to unlock the ability. But quarterback, of course, is 60, 70. So it's harder to tell what you need for each. Now we have the other slots because we have a 97 throw strong arm quarterback. This is the fourth slot, which is 90. Sideline Deadeye, not bad. Pocket Lead, not bad. These are the two you would get for strong arm. Pocket Lead looks pretty good. Hot Route Master, not a fan. So this is where Field General takes a little bit of a dip, but still not terrible. Hot Route, you know, access to extra hot routes. This one's not bad. Red Zone Deadeye, I suppose. But yeah, if you can go Field General up until you get the third. Once you get the third, then I would take a high tail towards Strong Arm or Improviser. Dashing Deadeye, not bad for Improviser. Sleight of Hand, not a fan. So, of course, you're taking a risk. You know, if you want to go with the best quarterback and you don't want to take any risks, Field General up till 80, 85, whatever gets you the third ability, then you hightail it towards Strong Arm if you can, because these two are the best for the fourth. But for the fifth, if you want Escape Artist, of course, the best one you want. But the problem with that is you're taking a risk. There is 3 abilities in Improviser. Threat Detector, not a fan. And then No Lick Deadeye, not terrible, but Escape Artist is by far the best. The other two are duds. Safety Valve, not a fan. However, Protected, really freaking good. So here, for Elusive Back, that's what he is. You know, nothing over 80. And these are going to be easier because these are all 80 plus. While quarterback, you can get some at 60. This is what you get for first one free for Elusive, which is definitely the best. Here are the abilities for the other ones. Now, of course, once again, once they're unlocked, that means they're for that archetype. So if I'm showing you a running back that's elusive, if it's unlocked, that's how you get it. You have a chance at Jukebox or Spin Cycle. This is how you get the other one. So pause the video if you want to see those styles. And maybe if I have time, I'll show you which ones I want. But I think for running back, it's without a doubt you want an elusive guy, try to get Jukebox. However, power back, you do get the blocking stuff, which is better. Inside Zone Guru is decent. I'm not a huge fan of the way they did this at all. This is going to really hurt the creativity on our Blast from the Past series, but when has EA ever helped me? When's the last time they've actually made an update that helps me rather than hurts me? So it's still going to be a fun series, but yeah, I'm a little triggered by that, I can't lie. I still, even on my 90 overall Pettis, which I just tested in a different one, I can't find Most. I don't know why. But here's In and Out Elite. Just quickly going over wide receiver again, just in case you weren't paying attention to my ramblings. Once again, this is 80, and this is 90, I believe. Pretty sure it's 90. Now we have a blocking tight end, because this is the easiest way to test what you would get. But I can see Most on a tight end. Whatever. Most on a tight end. We have Rack 'em Up on a blocking receiver, or a blocking guy. I don't know how that's possible. I'm pretty sure max security is what I'm supposed to get here. I think I broke the game, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure max security you get for blocking or possession. But apparently that's what you can get. And here are all the tons of abilities. There's like 6 for blocking. These are all the abilities. Blocking doesn't have terrible first abilities, but obviously if you're having an actual receiving type, here's the guy. But of course, tight end's a little bit harder to choose what you want. Usually if you go with receiving, it's going to be one or the other, you know, it's going to be very close. But, of course, if you're going pure run blocking, it's not as hard. I don't want the video too long because I'll get people saying, you could have did this video in 5 minutes. You could have done this video in 17 seconds. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you O-line because you can't play as an offensive lineman, so I can't actually show you how to get those abilities. However, it doesn't really matter anyways because you're basically stuck with what you're stuck with for the most part because you can't actually earn X Factor. Damn it, I went the wrong way here. D Ford, Speed Rusher, of course, Fearmonger, decent ability, but Unstoppable Force, Power Rusher is 100% the best ability, and it's not even close at all. So definitely try to go Power Rusher if you can. If you got a Power Rusher, good on you. You're in a good spot. This is the 2 you would get on your first slot for a Speed Rusher. Power Rusher, under pressure, defenders with this ability can greatly... That's pretty good. Where's the other one? I'm assuming there's only one. So Power Rusher is a very safe bet. Run Stopper is nice too. Defenders with this ability use faster run block sheds for a better chance at shedding blocks within 5 yards of the goal line. Of course, that's in the goal line. These ones are more specific on what plays you have. Defenders with this ability will frequently attempt and win impact blocks against receivers, tight ends. That seems to be more like a linebacker ability. That seems a very good ability, though. And then the second one, for the finesse style player, edge threat. Defenders with this ability use dominant pass rush moves while rushing from the edge of the defense. Very good. Finesse specialists have faster finesse move and animations during their pass rush. Very good as well. This one's pretty damn good, too. Run Stopper. Run Stopper is decent, but I would probably rather have Power Rusher. I don't know the physical difference between their efficiency in the game itself, but based on abilities, Power Rusher definitely seems like the better route, no doubt. And I rhymed, hell yeah. So now we have DT, which I would assume is going to be just about the exact same as edge rushing, which it definitely appears to be. So no difference between DT or D-end. I'm not going to do outside linebacker for pass rush because once again, I assume it's going to be the exact same as D-line / DT, but now we will do coverage linebacker. This is a pass coverage style guy, so any ability you see is going to be pass coverage. Momentum shift. Momentum shift players demoralize their opponents when they enter the zone. All on-field opponents are knocked out of the zone, which isn't terrible. You lose also the progress towards entering the zone. Not a bad ability, but I would definitely rather have shutdown when they enter the zone. Their coverage is tighter and interceptions are more frequent on contested catches. Reinforcement, also a very good ability. Run Stuffer, really good ability. For me, I struggle against the run, so that's not bad. And then Selfless, I'm just not a fan of it because you can only help 2 other players. I don't know how many hit sticks. Of course, these abilities are... I'm not going to show you how to get the abilities, but those are how you get them. What ability, what style you need to go with. So far, the first one seems pretty damn similar to the pass rushers. However, this is where it changes. Man Up, which is a pass coverage guy. I believe you need 90 for this, so 90 pass coverage. Lurker, not terrible. Lumberjack, not terrible. Not terrible at all. I would probably rather have Man Up because man coverage is very hard for linebackers. So if you can get a guy that can actually do it, that makes him a very rare talent. But all the abilities are pretty good at 90 because it's obviously not easy to get there. That's how, the route trees for middle linebacker or just coverage linebacker in general. So once again, we're down to the last 2 positions. This is Richard Sherman, who is a zone-style corner, no slot or man. So shutdown, not a bad ability. Reinforcement, decent. And then once again, I'm not a huge fan of Selfless, especially for a cornerback, because you have to make hit stick tackles as a corner. So I would assume zone coverage not bad at all. I would take zone. Then first one, zoned out, of course. Zone coverage is going to be the best way to get it. However, you can see Tip Drill, Unfakeable, and Acrobat are very common as well. First ability, I would rather have zoned out or Acrobat. Probably zoned out, though. It'd be... Unfakeable is not terrible. Tip Drill's not a fan. But yeah, Acrobat... the best besides, of course, zoned out. And then Richard Sherman for his second abilities. Not a whole lot of abilities here. Universal coverage, you just get a good chance at it if you have good coverage. Lumberjack, that would be brutal because Man Up and Universal coverage are very good abilities. So cornerback is very straightforward. Just get good coverage and pray. And now for the final one, safety. I'm not sure if we're going to see a whole lot of difference here, but we already see Zone Hawk. Zone Hawk defenders lock down a part of the field. When they enter the zone, this ability increases their rate of catch, knockouts, and interceptions while in zone coverage. Not bad at all. Shutdown hybrid. So you can see this different styles once again. And then, of course, similar to the other one, however, Reach Elite. Meh. Maybe if you're blitzing, I guess, but not super great. Acrobat is one of the best ones because you get better animations for trying to knock out a ball. Lurker, I guess if you're going to play him, maybe a little sub-linebacker perhaps. But obviously universal coverage is a very good ability. And I think that pretty much concludes it. And once again, I can't actually control what abilities O-lineman or, punter/kicker gets. But that's pretty much the video. Hopefully I received less comments in our Blast from the Past series about how to do this, because now there's a complete video on it. So there's that. And later today there will be a 49ers franchise video and a couple of videos on Saturday, actually. So decent bit of content for the weekend. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Maybe like and subscribe if you did like it. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. And that's about it. Hopefully you guys come back for the next video. But until next video, see ya!